performance-based confidence in the diaspora, why you are still tired and what to do about it. You're welcome to the Confidence in the Diaspora series, and yes, I am Leslie Grace, the confidence coach sent to you every single business professional, and I'm here to unlock your confidence, helping you master 3 elite skills: smart reading, smart thinking, smart speaking. Yes, and today we're talking about something that no one has mentioned, or maybe not so many people are loud about it like we are, but we want to talk about performing confidence in the diaspora. So many professionals in the diaspora, what they are doing and what they are calling confidence is actually performance confidence. Hi, Francisca. And most of them think, okay, you know what, I'm confident. Today we want to look at it and unpack it. Is it really confidence, or is performance confidence? The truth about performance confidence is that it's not confidence. It's a mask. It is falsehood. It is not the real you. And it keeps on keeping you in this place of trying to perform, trying to please, trying to work in perfection. And that in itself is fear. No, it's not confidence. So we're going to unpack it, the myths, the truth, the lies, the all of what has kept you in that place of performance confidence. And I tell you that this class will be that class that you will love. You'll be glad that you were here till now. So you want to invite someone to come and join this conversation today on performance confidence in the diaspora. It's going to be liberation for you, because it will move you away from that place of thinking that I have to perform to look confident. I have to do this to look confident. No, that's not it. That's not the conversation. The conversation is on the fact that you have to build unshakable confidence that can exist in the diaspora. And I understand, dear diasporas, I understand that because of the demands of the new environment, because of the peculiarity of the new environment, there's this pressure to want to be confident. There's this pressure to want to perform. And you do not even know when you slip away from confidence to performance. All right, the truth behind the performance. Let's get into it, all right? You look strong, you sound polished, you show up well, but if we're being honest, you are tired. You are tired not because you are weak, but because you've been performing confidence instead of embodying it. So what happens is that you've been applauded for your poise, but no one sees the pressure underneath. No one is seeing it. That quiet, draining need that is inside of you, that's trying to prove, trying to be perfect, trying to please, trying to adapt. And on this journey, taking this path, you are gradually losing you. Your very essence, your very uniqueness is gradually slowing out of you. And what we call confidence abroad for many professionals is just high-performing struggle. It's a high-functioning survival. What many professionals in diaspora are calling confidence is actually high-functioning survival. Since they are functioning well, I mean, it's a struggle. It's not actually confidence. So today we want to peel that off layer by layer, because performing strength is not the same as being rooted in it. Confidence is you being rooted in identity. You being rooted in strength. You being rooted in clarity. You being rooted in conviction of who you are, what you carry on your inside, why you are sent to that nation. That is what confidence is. Any other thing that is apart from this is actually not confidence. And let's begin with part 1. How you are leaking energy without realizing it. See, let's name it. I want us to, I believe that the first step towards taming anything is to name it. Let's name it rightly, and then we can tame it. Okay? Now, how are you leaking energy without realizing it? Every day, professionals in the diaspora lose energy. Shocked? I'll show you. They lose energy not from laziness or lack of ambition, but from emotional overuse. Now let me show you what happens, and let me show you where this is leaking out from. So you over prepare for simple things, even when you are qualified. These are quite simple things that you could have been able to navigate stresslessly without seeming over preparation if you were back home. So you are leaking energy. It's just a 10 minutes presentation. First of all, before we even consider to give you the slots to give that 10 minutes presentation, you were qualified. You were qualified. You were good enough, that's why they gave you that slot. Now, because you're in the diaspora, there is an over preparation. So you're leaking energy. Energy that would have been channeled somewhere else. So many professionals think it's actually hard work. They think they are trying to give out their best. But what's happening is that you are actually overperforming. You are losing energy. It's just a speech. It's just a question that you want to ask at the next board meeting. How come you've lost sleep? You have rehearsed like 15 times. You have done all things here at the high level. So good to have you here. You've done everything. But the thing is, you are leaking energy. And the first place you're leaking energy is that you're over preparing for simple things. Simple 30-minute speech for a business you were qualified for. That's why we picked you for the pitch, right? Now they picked you for the pitch because you're in the diaspora, you are over preparing. It's a sign of lack of confidence. Now, this is why I keep saying that confidence in the diaspora is a different conversation. Number two, you over explain yourself. You are trying not to be misunderstood. And it's all in your head. You are the only one who thinks you are actually misunderstood. You are the only one. Nobody else actually thinks you are misunderstood. You are the only one who thinks you are misunderstood. So what you want to do is you try to over-explain yourself. You know, I prepared this presentation because I don't want it to, all of the over-explanation is sapping your energy. It's a huge sign that confidence is missing. It's a loud sign that confidence is lost. Number three, you say yes too quickly. Not because that project, that contract, that agreement is good for you, but because saying no might cost you opportunities. That's what you think. You are afraid that what if I turn it down and then it costs me everything. So borderline is fear. So everything, whether it's favorable, whether it's good for you or not, whether it's okay for you or not, you just say yes. You are on a default saying yes mode. Default saying yes. Ever since you went to the diaspora, default saying yes mode. Can you show up for this? Yes. You don't think about it. And most times, because you have said too many yeses to too many things, you are losing energy trying to meet up with all of these demands. These are things that if you were back home, you have no business agreeing for. No business. But here you are. Diaspora is happening to you. There's this fear of, I don't want to lose opportunities, so let me just say yes. What if I say no and then I lose this? Rejection is a key part of your confidence. A key part. It's a key part of it. Anyway, we'll talk about that. Let's continue. Number 4, you keep people pleasing so you don't get labeled as difficult. So this is like second to the default mode, default yes saying mode. Another mode you are in is the default people pleasing mode. So nobody says you're difficult. Nobody says you are hard. Even when it's against your values, against your desires, against what you would not consider at all, you just want to people please. And you were not a people pleaser before you left home. You were not. You would go for what you consider or deem necessary or fit for you. But suddenly, people pleasing is kind of like your default now. So you keep people pleasing so nobody calls you difficult, hard to please and stuff like that. And finally, number 5, you double check every mail, every sentence, every accent. You keep double checking. Sometimes you check as much as 15 times. Let me not send this email. You know, there's something called the diaspora mentality. Yes, I think so. You know, walking through this journey, having worked with professionals, having Even on this conversation that we've been on this month of July, I've gotten quite a number of feedback. Interestingly, I have come to the point where I am agreeing now that the diaspora mentality is a thing. Now, it's not that I'm just getting to this point, because that's why we created Diaspofidence, because I realized that the kind of confidence that you need for the diaspora is totally different. That's because there's something called the diaspora mentality, not just for you as a diaspora. There's a mentality of the people in that place. I don't want to call it any country, right? There's a mentality of the people in that nation. There's a way they also react or look at diasporans. Hey, Glad Peace, I see you. Thank you for joining us. So there's this thing around the mentality. So because you are thinking you're a diasporan, you are leaking energy, double checking every mail. See, that's not just habit. That is fear ruining your system quietly. That is fear draining you silently. These were emails that if you were to send it to a fellow citizen from your nation, or you were back home on your job back home, you wouldn't have to check 15 times. But since you're in the diaspora, and then there's this struggle to want to do certain things a certain way, it's as if you do not hit perfection, then you are not qualified to be here. So many diasporans see their visas as luck. So there's this struggle not to want to lose it because they feel they're not qualified for it. See, I want to show you 5 ways performance-based confidence keeps you in survival mode. 5 ways. There are 5 masks that many diaspora professionals wear. And if you're exhausted, it's likely you're carrying one or more. If you know someone that it also feels like they are carrying a lot, or it's as if they're wearing a mask, you want to also tag them to this post. You want to invite them to this conversation. Hello, Grace. Now, I want to show you 5 masks that diaspora professionals wear, and most of them don't even know. The first mask, number 1, is the over-prepper. The over-prepper mask. Let me show you what it looks like. So you spend hours trying to get it right because you think perfection is your only protection. So simple things you over prep. You are over prepping literally everything. It's a mask. It's not hard work. It's sapping your energy. Most importantly, it's sapping your confidence. It's taking it away layer by layer. The over prepper mask is such a damaging mask because, and it's invisible, it's silent, because you feel I'm just getting ready. I mean, it's something I need to do. I need to get ready. They're waiting for me to come give this speech, so I'm getting ready. But there's a thin line. There's a thin line between getting prepared so that you perform well, and the thin line between seeking perfection as your only protection just because you're in the diaspora. These are 2 different conversations. So the over-prepper mask, it begins with you thinking, oh no, after all, proper preparation prevents poor performance, so I don't want to perform poorly. Well, yes, if that's your place, that's good. But if the chase is a chase for performing perfectly, because that's your only protection, to be in the diaspora, then that's a different conversation. That is fear. Be masked as over prepping. It's a mask. It's fear. The second mask is the people pleaser. And when it gets to the one that feels like, you just put in the comment section, because I'll show you how to work out of it as well. Number 2 is the people pleaser. You say yes even when it costs you. It costs you your time, your energy, your everything. You just say yes because you fear being rebellious. You fear being ungrateful to a system that showed you favor to give you visa to come into the nation. So something in you makes you feel like, see, just accept. That's what I call the default saying yes mode. Default. Since you Japan, no, you know, there's no, the word no doesn't exist in your dictionary anymore since you Japan. By the way, they did you a favor to come here. So if you say no, they will now say you are rebellious, to kick you out. See, it's a mentality. It's bad because too many professionals are high stake, high performing, doing amazingly well. But they do not know that this mentality is capable of ruining their whole ability. Because fear is a crippler. And you know the truth? They can tell. Yes. The people in that nation, the people you are working with, your colleagues, they can tell. Your bosses, they can tell when fear is in the game. They know. They know that it's not confidence. They know that you are people pleasing. They know that you are over preparing. They know. They know. So because of that, when it comes to certain rules that are befitting of you, they may not give you. Because of course, one of the first qualifications people pick when it comes to giving leadership roles and certain high stake roles is confidence. No, not necessarily your qualification. It's confidence. They want to be able to see you carry your confidence where they are before they can now consider you to lead. So, but when there is fear, there's no confidence. That's it. Whenever fear is present, there is no confidence. Let's go to the third mask. The third mask is the apologizer. Before you even begin this speech, sorry, please, I want to say something. Why are you sorry? This was a sorry you never said back at home. Listen, diaphobia is a killer. You know what diaphobia is? Yes, I coined it that name. I joined diaspora and phobia together. That fear that you started feeling, that freezing of your inner identity since you went to the diaspora is called diaphobia. I named it that way. And the cure is diaspofidence, the confidence required for the diaspora. So when this fear is there, the third mask you are carrying is the apologizer mask. You constantly shrink. Sorry for speaking up. You are sorry for speaking up. Sorry for asking. Sorry for being here. Sorry for... You are sorry. You're suddenly an apologizer since you Japan. Sorry has become your default sentence beginner. So every sentence you begins with sorry. It's fear, my darling. It's fear. Number 4 is the code switcher. It's another mask that is holding diasporas down. The code switcher. The code switcher, you adjust everything. You adjust your voice. You adjust your name. Yes, you change your name since you Japan. You adjust your tone. You adjust your story. You just want to sound foreign. Because something in you is making you think that you are less until you sound that way. Something is making you feel like you are less foreign. So you have to adjust. You are code switching. You are code switching. The truth is, the people you are working with, they can see it. You know, because it's a mask. So they can see that it's not the real you. So they know that behind this mask is one fearful, unconfident professional. And regardless of what your papers are saying, you are not going to cross a certain height with this mask on you. And let's look at the 5th mask, the chameleon. The one who is always adaptable. You've lost touch with who you actually are. Because survival has blurred your identity. The constant survival mode that the diaspora puts on you has blurred your identity. So these patterns aren't necessarily personality flaws, no. They are protection mechanisms. So because your brain, like I explained what the amygdala and a part of the brain does in one of our live sessions. You want to go catch replay, right? This conversation has been here since July. You can catch replay on Instagram or on YouTube at the Smart Speakers Academy or Facebook. All of them are there. And I explained that what happens with the diaspora is that your brain interprets unfamiliar as uncomfortable. It interprets unfamiliar as insecure. So something in you is making you insecure, actually. Now that's why I say, and I know with that, what you need is the confidence for the diaspora. That's what you actually need. There's an equipping that you need even before you travel, before you relocate, before you Japan. But interestingly, most professionals don't get this. So there's an urgency to fix that already. Because you were sent to that nation to shine. You didn't get the visa to go shrink. No. You were sent to that nation to shine. And the thing is, until your confidence is unlocked, you cannot shine. There's a limit to which you can shine. So the fifth mask is the chameleon. They are different things to different people. Protection eventually turns into limitation. So for the chameleon, they have to change every time they are in a different environment. But the thing is that, you see, with this change, what is happening is that you're trying to protect yourself. It's kind of like a protection mechanism for you. But you know the truth, protection eventually turns into limitation. Protection eventually turns into limitation. Oh, thrive beyond cerebral palsy. I see you. Protection, it eventually turns into a limitation. You get limited. Now, these three shifts you must make to build boldness at last. I want to show you. What do you do if you find yourself in any of this mask, with any of this mask, you find yourself in this place, you don't know what to do? I want to show you three shifts you can make right now to build boldness that lasts in the diaspora. To build what I call diaspora confidence, the kind of confidence that you need to thrive in the diaspora. Number one, here's what you're going to do today. Number one, shift from over preparation to authentic presence. Shift from over preparation to authentic presence. You do not have to rehearse your worth. See, there's no problem rehearsing your lines. There's no problem preparing for. But when it is over preparation, what you are doing, you're no longer rehearsing your lines, you're rehearsing your worth. That's a problem. You don't need a perfect accent. You don't need a perfect script. You don't need perfect credentials to be in the room. Your presence is enough. Have you affirmed yourself today that my presence is enough? I don't care how many the audience is. I don't care what the numbers of the audience is saying. My presence is enough. My worth is worthy enough to be in this room. Because most times, the over-preparation is largely tied to the fact that you think you're not worthy of the room. And thinking that you're worthy of the room is nothing close to arrogance. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's self-esteem. Oh, in our confidence coaching class, I always teach that self-esteem is simply you. Estimate. There's an estimation you give to yourself that you ask yourself, am I really worth this room? I mean, there's a whole lot of science to it. Shift number two that you need to make is you need to shift from people-pleasing to boundary building. The power to say no is boundary building. Thank you. I can see the comment section. My presence is enough. True. Yes. Shift from people pleasing to boundary building. You can be kind and still say no. You can serve others without self-erasing. I have seen too many professionals in the diaspora erase themselves in a bid to serve. If the service is costing you yourself, if you are self-erasing in a bid to serve, then it's too much. It's too much. Move from people-pleasing to boundary building, especially when it's costing you yourself. You do not have to get erased just because you want to serve, just because you want to be seen in the diaspora. That's why I say that what you need is diaspora confidence. That's what we teach to diasporans. It's not just confidence. No, there's a confidence for the diaspora. Because the environment alone makes you feel like your presence is not enough. You can be kind and still say no. Boldness requires boundaries. Boldness requires boundaries. Do you know that one of the things we had, so we created the 21 in 1 Total Freedoms bundle. 21 and 1 total confidence, because what I know that the diaspora need is total confidence, not just confidence, total confidence, diaspora confidence that is complete, confidence that is tailor-made for the diaspora. 21 guides are inside. Do you know that one of the guides is self-confidence? So when we talk about things like presence, self-confidence guide will help you gain confidence in yourself. That's number 1 in 21. Number 2 is ID confidence. Confidence in your identity, whether you're Yoruba, Igbo, Ghanaian, struggling in Germany. Hey, what's your confidence in your ID? Your identity is a core part of you. If you lose the confidence in your identity, you will struggle in the diaspora. We have to create mind confidence. Too many diasporans get to the diaspora and they lose their minds. See, they are working. They're making money, but their minds are literally a mess. We created work confidence in your work. 21 ways. For each of the guides, we give you 21 ways to actually navigate this. Plus, for everyone who gets a 21 in 1 guide, a bundle, you get a confidence in the diaspora masterclass. You see, if you're getting value from this, is nothing compared to the confidence in the diaspora masterclass that only those who get the 21 in 1 bundle will get access to. It's a class that will open your eyes and take off all of the fears you've ever gotten from being in the diaspora and give you back the confidence that you need in the diaspora. So what you want to do is click the link in our bio and you get the guide on July 30th, and so you get it for 21,000 naira. All of the 21, trust me, it's a giveaway. It's for free, literally. After July 30th, each guide will go for 4,500 naira. That's the original price. But if you get it from now to July 30th, you get it for 1,000 naira for each. That's just 21,000 naira. Plus the confidence in diaspora masterclass, plus confidence cards, plus it's a guide, so it's going to work you through the whole journey. We created skin confidence. This is because I have worked with professionals in diasporas, a couple of them, and I've seen that some of them are even scared of their skin. The struggle they're having with their confidence in the diaspora is that they feel that their skin is illegal, is wrong, they're not. So you need skin confidence. So all of them are just 21 in 1. All right, shift number 3 that you need is from applause chasing to rooted confidence. When your confidence depends on applause, you will live on edge. You will walk on eggshells. We are done performing for approval. Dear prison professional in the diaspora, you are done performing for approval. Let's build confidence that stays even when no one is clapping, even when no one is watching, even when nobody is there. Build that confidence that, hey, I am worth it. All right? Now, boldness actually looks like what in the diaspora? Let me show you what boldness actually looks like in the diaspora. Boldness is not volume. Boldness is not pride. Boldness is not perfection. Boldness is calm, clear, rooted, rested confidence. It doesn't chase attention, no. It doesn't chase people pleasing, no. It carries intention. It carries intention. Boldness is the quiet power that comes when you no longer have to act brave because you've become bold. So you're not acting, you're not performing. You know, this conversation is about performance, right? Performance in diaspora. Now, what do you need next? What you need right now is the total fitness framework. The 21 in 1 bundle, total fitness in diaspora bundle, that's what you need. We have created this for you. We have exposed the pattern that has crippled so many professionals in diaspora, and now we've built something for you. Total fitness is your framework. It's not a feeling. It helps you restore the core areas that have been under pressure. Your voice, your mind, your visibility, your value, your energy, your spirit. You need it back. Now, this is where performance ends. With this 21 in 1 bundle, performance in the diaspora ends. And identity begins. Now, I'm going to close with this, right? Confidence shouldn't exhaust you. Shouldn't make you feel like you're exhausted. As we wrap up this teaching today, you don't have to fake confidence when you are rooted in truth. You won't need to fake it. You don't have to perform to be accepted. You don't have to hustle to be worthy. You belong, you are enough, and it's safe for you to stop performing. See, you belong to that nation where you are. It's no accident that you are there. Yes, I'm sent to tell you that today. It's no accident that you are there. You belong right in that nation and you should own it. Thank you so much for joining in today. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday, so I'll see you at 7 p.m. tomorrow. And we'll be here again to have this conversation all through July, yeah? We'll be having this conversation of confidence in the diaspora because I want you to be the most confident, smartest professional right there in the diaspora. I'll see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. Share this live with someone that you know that's struggling in the diaspora. Get them out of the place of performance to actual unshakable confidence. I'll see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. This is the Smart World.